8-9 hours last night, 25 knots, 3 to 4 meter seas. Woohoo! It was a ride. So here's the chart plotter. Started off down here, and we want to go up here. And as you can see there, we've got some nice, lovely, looking for wind lines. And now we're making our way north, because there's some wind here, and the thought is that we're going to be doing this, because there's absolutely no wind around here. So to keep in the wind, we're going to have to do that. Current plan, but that's plan maybe G, H, I, J. Gonna need some more alphabets in a minute because the plan keeps changing. I'm not sure if you'll make it out, but there's a lovely rainbow across there. John's just doing his daily check of everything around the boat and being
Let's go! Let's go!
and having some fun at the same time. I think it might be mid-passage craziness setting in this morning. Thankfully he is tethered on, as you can see, big yellow tether. Everything okay? We've got 2 reefs in the mainsail now and 1 in the headsail. 13 to 16 knots, although we have seen 20 this morning. It's all changed now. Calm down a little bit. Coming back. Ugh. All okay?
All okay.
Oh. It's all grace and glamour getting in the boat, isn't it?
This is elegant. Oh no, elephant. Oh no. I always think it's quite funny because you video it and it looks so flat. We've got 2 to 3 meter swells out here, and then the occasional big one thrown in. 20 knots of wind, 21 knots of wind. It's a bit squally here and there, so the wind picks up a bit. But we're reefed in, boat's going well, having nightmares with the sargassum weed, playing havoc with the self-steering, catching around the water paddle and stopping it from turning. So we have to get the boat hook and clear the weed off of that every so often. A lot of fun that is. As you can see,
It's all glamour here, you know.
it's all glamour.
Trying to get a little bit of rest. Not a chance down below, too noisy, bangy, crashy. So just gonna go and lie here, hat on, out the sun, try and get 10 minutes worth of snooze just to boost the system, and then we'll swap again. Day 15. Better get this quick. I nearly missed it going into the cloud. Day 15, sunrise. And here are the conditions so far. We've got 3 reefs in the headsail and 3 reefs in the mainsail, because it was pretty damn wild overnight. Up to consistent 25 knots for hours, most of the hours. 8-9 hours last night, 25 knots, 3 to 4 meter seas. Woohoo! It was a ride. So we were at sometimes even less on the headsail, just a little pocket square handkerchief, so to speak, just making way through the big waves and the big swells. It was exciting, and it was quite fun to have some wind for a change. One of the casualties of last night's bouncing up and down escapades is there's probably a loose connection somewhere in our wind instrument system. Whilst it's giving us direction, it's not giving us the amount of wind that we have. So got to sort that out today. It was also flickering on with its light, so it's probably just a bad connection, just needs cleaning and redoing. But we didn't want to attempt that last night, A, in the dark, and B, it was raining quite a bit. Does it really matter how much wind you got? As long as you're comfortable, the boat's going well, you're all okay. Life jacket and tether on, full oilies, hats, even had to put the hood up. Crazy night. John's off watch now, I just come on watch, and we're just chilling along quite nicely. Still making our way northeast. Ideal. After our wiggles to find the weather, we're now heading northeast, which is good news. Nice little speed. Hobbling along.
Well, it's day 15.
Yes.
And things have taken a turn for the not so good. We've discovered that the lower inner shroud is starting to part company. One of the strands has already broken, so we've dropped the mainsail and we're running under head sail only, as gently as we can, to try and preserve the rig. We're still 1,000 and some miles from the Azores. It's not going so well. We got the smelly kicked out of us last night for the whole night, which is maybe where the shroud decided to break.
Which is surprising, really, because it was only up to 25 knots, which wasn't, you know, it was quite good, quite nice. It was nice to have some wind, because we've had days and days of no wind, so it was really nice to have some wind. It was quite exciting, and we were making some miles. It was really good, but obviously
I think it might have been where it was slamming a bit.
Yeah,
we were getting crashed around a bit. The waves got up to sort of 3.5 meters, I suppose, and some of them we just dropped off the back of, and maybe the shock loading did it. Who knows? But we're still making progress. We're still getting there. Morale's a bit low on board today, and the wind instruments packed up
as well.
So the wind instruments packed up as well. That was a bit intermittent, and now that's gone. So no wind instrument. The shrouds are starting to break, and the engine's oil leak is getting worse. So all in all, we're having a bit of a low moment. But we'll get there.
We always do. We persevere. We just got to persevere and get some endurance going, and just get to the Azores, and then we can sort some stuff out there.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. That's the offending piece of metal. This should not be coming out of there. Should all look nice like that. Shouldn't be like this. We have ourselves a little passenger. It's a tern. It's been with us for about an hour now. Comes in, has a bit of a preen, goes off, sees what fish he can find, and then goes back again. We've got the Windex working on apparent wind. Won't work on true wind, but it is working on apparent wind. And about the busiest I've been all morning is to avoid that ship. It will pass about 2 miles away from us on its way south to the US. There's our cargo ship passing by. It's the Hamburg Pearl. It's on its way to the US. It's doing about 11 knots. I did do a little bit of avoidance just to make sure that we didn't get too close. And now we're back on course. 12 knots of wind. Doing about around about 4.5 knots. All seems okay. Doesn't look like, well, from a distance, doesn't look like there's any deterioration so far in the inner shroud. But once John's up and about, we'll take a quick peek.
Well, here you have it. I've had to lash this up as best I can. Some Dyneema and some shackles. Hopefully that'll reinforce it so it doesn't give up completely. We've still got really light winds. We got 3.5 knots of boat speed through the water, but only 2 over the ground, so it looks like we've got a knot of current against us as well. We're still 870 miles, so we've done about 10 miles in the last 24 hours. It's really not going well, and the forecast is for no wind again. So we're just stuck out here at the moment. Morale on board is pretty low. Yeah, morale is pretty low today. Just kind of can't get moving. Just the weather forecast is changing. You know, every which way we turn, there's another patch of no wind. We go north, we go into no wind. So we turn a little bit east. Next forecast, we're just going into no wind, and there's wind to the north. It's just ridiculous. And in about 24 hours time, I think we're going to be totally becalmed for about 2 or 3 days. Horrendous. We got about enough fuel to motor for maybe 200 miles, but we're 900 miles away. So, and there's no wind within striking distance with the engine. Added to which, during the journey when we have used it, the very minor oil leak, which was 1 drip every 12 hours, has decided to become an oil leak. So now the engine is leaking oil comprehensively. So that's just something else to add into the mix. So the engine is last ditch attempt, but when we get close enough. Man, just not good today. This is what we got. This is the wind. 17 days in, 15 days of those have been single figure winds.
Despite the forecast.
Yeah, despite the fact that we followed the forecast and gone to the bits where the wind was, or should have been. Just nothing. All the forecasts have just been wrong. So in the grand tradition of being fed up and trying to boost morale, we decided that we're going to have some homemade onion muffins. Day 18, and the sun's out, the sky's blue, we have a little bit of wind, The repair on the rigging is still holding. We've had a bit more sleep and morale is a little bit better, so things are better on board today. We are making progress. We've probably still got 750, 800 miles to go, but we are still making progress. It's very slow, but hey, we're gonna get there. Lovely day, look at this. Look at that. You may have spotted in that clip that the mainsail is still down. That's because we are just using the head sail because of the slamming action that we've had from the rolling. The main puts too much stress on the rig when it slams backwards and forwards. Even if it's held out with the preventer, it's just been very, very difficult to stop that slamming, and the head sail doesn't do it as much. Although it's slower, it is protecting the rig, so that the whole thing doesn't come down and shake itself down. So that's why in all these lovely sailing conditions we are reefed in. Ha! Or have no mainsail at all. Not having the mainsail up costs us about a knot and a half in speed, but it's a small price to pay for getting the boat there in one piece. Coming up towards the end of day 19, and we're still going very, very slowly. 8 knots of wind. Trying to make our way a bit more south to avoid a blow that's coming through. So we're going to keep south, try and stay out the worst of it to protect the rig, and hope that we do avoid the worst of it, and then have to make our way back north again after it's gone through. We'll see how that goes. Well, that's it. We've completely run out of wind, so now we're just drifting because our engine has decided to spring a leak. We can't even motor anywhere either. So we are now just going to drift until the wind turns up. So, yippee.
Particularly crap, really. Probably have to bleep that out, but struggle after struggle, after fight, and we can't allow the sails to flap anymore. You know, when you've got 2 or 3 knots of wind, the sail's not doing anything, it's just flapping, and with a broken shroud we just can't allow that to happen anymore. So we've just fouled it away and we're drifting, and it's actually sort of back the way we came, with the current at about half a knot.
As you can see, what was it they say? Day after day, we struck nor breath nor motion, as idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. So this is what it's like being becalmed in the middle of the ocean. We'll see. I guess the wind will turn up eventually. "700 miles from the Azores."